For context here, I think for like the listeners, Shug D, I think, was a champ at the time. Correct me if I'm wrong in any of this. Shug D was a champ at the time. He did not make the date, and now so I won't get into why he didn't make it or anything like that. But he did not make the date, so I think maybe were you scheduled to wrestle him?
It was supposed to be a championship match. It was supposed to be me and him.
And then so Corbin went out to the ring, and that's what I want to talk about. Like, so the promo was what did you got? And you don't have to reveal all the secrets or give me as much as behind the curtain as you want, I guess. Don't say anything that would get you in trouble or that someone would want to hear. But like, what was the plan? Was it just like, okay, if he's not going to be here, I'm just going to do this? And then going into it, how much of it was like thought up before? How much of, I know some of it was off the top of your head, but how much of it was off the top of your head? What was like your mindset going into
it? So the funny thing was, okay, so I started at Freelance.
Yeah.
And I was kind of off and on. I would say like semi-regular. Okay. You in that time, 2017 rolls around, and at the end of 2016, a promotion I was wrestling for very consistently shut down, and a promotion that I probably had my most exposure out of, which was Paragon, they stopped running as well. So I lost 2 major promotions that had kept me really busy for the past at least 2 years. So the deal was I met with one of the guys who at the time was in charge with Freelance. And I said, look, here's what I want to do. And I will always respect this to this day. I said, I want to be here all the time. This is a place that makes me feel like I could be an asset. Either tell me that this is what I want. This is what I want to do. If you're down, absolutely. But if not, you can tell me to fuck off and I'll never bother you again.
Okay.
That was my pitch. And without hesitation, basically it was, yep, no, we can do that. So that was actually a conversation. I don't know how much he cares if I do it, but that was my conversation with Matt Nix.
Okay.
That was to start coming to Freelance on a more regular basis. But at the time, one of the guys that he was working with, I was like, looks like I'm going to be a regular here. And he goes, so what do we do to get you over? And I wasn't like offended, but I kind of was like, for real? And he's like, yeah, what do we do? And I was like, give me a microphone for 5 fucking minutes. I'll get myself over. And so then we started initially what happened is it started a heel turn. And that's what I did there. So it started a whole new concept, because I was trying to do like half and half of the morality character is what I was trying to do. So that was a St. Louis thing. We tried to bring it to Chicago, didn't work as well. So then this flipped the switch. Now, the thing about Freelance, this particular show, is I'm supposed to wrestle Sugar for the belt. Sugar wins the championship the previous month. Mm-hmm. And then I believe it was that week that that they found out he wouldn't be there. And in February, he was in England. So he had an opportunity. So we knew he was going to be gone for the next 2 months.
Sure.
Because of the fact that this was the advertised championship match and it was so short notice, they were like, I don't know what we're going to do. And I said, do you care if I get the microphone and I try and hype it up in the time that he's gone? That was originally the only thing that I had my goal on. And there was a part of me that, like, as I was thinking in that week, I kind of was like, how funny would it be if because I thought I would get people really pissed. I thought it would be hilarious to do the Punk promo, but just replace John with Sugar and just tweak it just enough. And I wanted people to be like, I can't believe he's ripping off CM Punk. And like, as if I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. I think that was kind of the reaction, right? Weren't people saying that initially?
There was so like, if you liked it, you were kind of like, oh, he did an homage.
Yeah.
If you hated it, you were like, he's just ripping off Punk.
Sure.
And as if I didn't know or was what. So like, I'll be honest, I was listening to like what he said. I listened to the promo a lot on the way down to Chicago, and I was like, how
Right.
can I like flip this a little bit? But what happened is during the promo, while I had like kind of his promo going through my head, I don't really. I just was kind of like, I guess I know bullet points, but I just didn't really know um, how to keep it all together. So I had like ideas, and
Yeah.
I don't like to script things. I don't like to really do like plan word for word because then it doesn't feel natural. And in this case, there was no way I would have been able to do it. But then obviously, as you know, at the end of the promo, there's the one fan who's just like constantly heckling me, and I just turned it and then like switched it. So like I went off on him. And like the funny thing is normally my mouth will get me in trouble a lot of times. Like I'll say something where I'm just like rambling off. Da, 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 da. So I was like, I'm kind of glad that I said stuff that was still slightly humorous, but like
Yeah.
nothing that was like majorly offensive except for him. But I think when people saw that, they were like, oh, he does have a really quick wit and he does have a really like
Yes.
fast on it. He's really able to think on his feet. So yeah, so after all that was said and done, like I got back to the locker room and a lot of people were like, that was really good. Like,
Hmm.
and some people were like, you kind of hit a lot of things on the head. And now, honestly, it wasn't really my intention. My intention was I want people to remember that when Sugar's back, I'm still number one contender.
Yeah.
But I just thought it would be funny. Punk in Chicago, me doing the cross. And then when I saw people get upset about it, I was like, ha, perfect. And I'm not one to
Yeah.
shy away from that. So, so yeah, so all those things considered made for such short notice. Some of the best ideas I've ever come up with have been on the fly. And
Yeah.
that's always, or like having to switch it super quick.
But I think it was so well done that people in the middle of it started to appreciate it
Mm-hmm.
and like started cheering for you in the middle of it because you were just it was just one of those moments where you were speaking truths. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's some of the truths people kind of piled on because some of those truths might have irritated people in the past. And then
Yep.
they're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is, I've been wanting to say this, but I haven't because I don't want to cause a rift in the locker room. And then yes, then Jeremy, rightfully so. I love Jeremy. Um, he was heckling you and you were trying to speak. So then you went off on him, which I thought it was just hilarious how you were just like, all right, screw it. And then you just like, I'm just going to try to tear into this guy. And they just started rolling. And then you were able to like, I thought it was going to fall off. You were able to catch it. And then like
Yeah.
the
I
entire
I thought
crowd. Yeah.
I thought I was going to derail it numerous times.
The entire crowd. So at the end of it, the crowd loved it, loved you.
Mm-hmm.
Was it, to me, it felt like that propelled you to actually beat Suge. I don't know if that's a question I'll have to ask Matt next one day. But like, I don't know. Did you feel that way too? Like you did so well at that moment that like 2 months later, 3 months later, you actually won the title.
I honestly don't remember what the plan originally was for January. To be
Okay.
honest with you, I don't remember. But yeah, I truly think my idea is I think there's two moments that solidified me as a mainstay at Freelance, and that was one of them. And the biggest thing is like I said, I had gone from there was a couple things that led into it as well. And like the first part was I had literally lost my two most profitable bookings. And
Yeah.
I really felt like I had nothing to lose because, like,
Sure.
what else? And then there was a thing where there was stuff going around, or like I would see promos and I would see stuff, and I was like, why are we like sugarcoating certain things or being so cliche? Like, people would cut things on me, and it was like so generic. And in
Mm-hmm.
my mind, I was like, why is this why, this doesn't make sense. Like, how
Yeah.
are you supposed to get excited about something when like you could take insert person A and it's the same exact
It's
promo?
not personalized, right?
No. So I was
Yeah.
like, I don't think I think there's certain things that really like bring people in. And I think it's foolish in a world of social media when people put things out there in a public eye to pretend like it doesn't exist in the world of pro wrestling. Because I feel that wrestling encompasses everything now. Social media is part of who you are and what you do.
Yeah.
So in my head, I was like, if you're going to put this out there and I'm not going to pretend, like, for example, you do an injury angle at a promotion, but next week you're wrestling another state over. I'm not going to pretend like that doesn't exist. Like,
Right.
you're fine one place, but you're injured here. I used to get suspended for, like, I would have to miss a show 1 month. I would do something so heinous and get suspended. But like, if you looked at my schedule, you already knew on my schedule I was doing this show. Like, clearly I was going to be there anyway, you know? So like,
it's all part of the same like gimmick or same
exactly.
like,
So it was stuff like that where I started shifting my mindset. And like, I guess part of my thing was, if I say the wrong thing and that prevents you from wanting to use me, okay, that's fine. I was never there anyway. But I truly, truly believe that, like, if you even, I mean, like, in a sense of professionalism, if we do whatever and hey, maybe it hits a nerve or strikes a chord, but we can make some money out of it, we can make some money out of it. And isn't that the ultimate goal? Like, that's what I always thought. I never really tried to put my like pride too far ahead of like, yo, you say something and you want to see it, like, that makes it worth it, you know? So like, that was always my goal, was the talk them into the building.
Yeah. No,